What knowledge are you seeking, my dear young ones?
What is Greek architecture and Pythagoras mean?
Greek architecture is one of the most influential legacies of ancient Greece, known for its emphasis on symmetry, proportion, and the development of distinct architectural orders, Doric, Ionic, and Corinthian.
These principles and styles reflect the Greek pursuit of harmony, balance, and beauty in their built environment, deeply rooted in their cultural, philosophical, and mathematical understanding of the world.
But who is Pythagoras?
Pythagoras, a philosopher and mathematician from Samos, known for the Pythagorean theorem, believed in the harmony of the universe through numbers and proportions, which influenced Greek art and architecture. It could also be divided into three different periods. 1. The Archaic. 2. The Classical. 3. The Hellenistic. The Archaic period is the era of great innovations in architecture. The design of its most important buildings, the temples, becomes more complex and is subjected to austere symmetry. In the upper building, the wooden parts were gradually replaced by stone, and in masonry new techniques were developed. At the same time, two architectonic orders were formed, the Ionic and the Doric. 1. The Ionic temples prevail in eastern Greece. 2. The Doric ones prevail in main Greece and the colonies of the west. Meanwhile, for the classical, each Greek temple appears to have been conceived as a sculptural entity within the landscape, and is usually raised on higher ground so that its proportions and the effects of light on its surface can be viewed from multiple angles. The Parthenon is considered the most important surviving building of classical Greece and the zenith of Doric order architecture. And lastly, architecture during the Hellenistic period focused on theatricality and drama. The period also saw increased popularity of the Corinthian order. Architecture in the Greek world during the Hellenistic period developed theatrical tendencies, as had Hellenistic sculpture.
Can you explain to us Western ideologies, theories, and influencing factors of architecture?
Greek architecture was greatly impacted by Pythagorean ideas and mathematical concepts, particularly during the classical era. In relation to Pythagoras, the following are important insights into the relationship between Western ideologies, theories, and influencing factors in Greek architecture. 1. Harmonic proportions in Pythagoras. 2. Improvements in optics. 3. Western architecture's legacy. 4. Pythagorean theorem. 1. Harmonic proportions in Pythagoras. The idea of numerical harmony, first proposed by Pythagoras, became fundamental to architectural design. His conviction that the universe is governed by numbers had an impact on Greek temple architecture, especially on the use of symmetry and proportion. Pythagorean triples, for example, were used in the Temple of Hera in Samos and other buildings to create flawless geometrical arrangements. 2. Improvements in optics. Greek architects used optical corrections to counteract optical illusions and create visual balance, such as entasis, a slight bulge in columns, and curvature in horizontal lines. These improvements demonstrate an awareness of mathematical perception in art and design, and they were inspired by Pythagorean and later Platonic ideas. 3. Western architecture's legacy. In addition to influencing Greek architecture, Pythagoras' theories also had an impact on Roman and later European architectural styles. Symmetry, proportion, and order continued to be emphasized, and they became essential to Renaissance architecture and beyond. 4th, Pythagorean theorem. Pythagoras' influence on ancient Greek architecture is evident in the use of the Pythagorean theorem. It was implemented to create a perfect structure with structural integrity, as well as serving aesthetic values of the structure. It is said that the Pythagorean theorem was also used to calculate and verify length of many parts of a structure accurately.
Can you compare Western architectural history with other world civilizations?
Comparing Greek architecture during Pythagoras' time, 6th century BCE, with other ancient civilizations reveals how different cultures approached design and engineering. While Greek architecture focused on symmetry and proportion, influenced by Pythagoras, other civilizations like Egyptian, Mesopotamian, and Indus Valley emphasized monumental structures and symbolic power. This comparison highlights how architecture reflected each culture's values and beliefs. The key aspects when comparing Greek architectural history with other world civilizations. Key features, architectural examples, materials, innovations. The key features: Greek emphasized proportion, harmony, and the development of classical orders, Doric, Ionic, Corinthian, reflecting a focus on aesthetics and mathematical precision. Mesopotamia featured ziggurats and monumental gates, emphasizing religious and administrative functions. With Indus Valley highlighted advanced urban planning with grid layouts and sophisticated drainage systems, focusing on practicality and functionality. Egyptian, known for their massive pyramids, temples, and tombs, designed to reflect the divine and eternal nature of pharaohs. Next, used marble and limestone for their structures, ensuring durability and beauty. Mesopotamia, they utilized mud brick and clay, which were readily available but less durable. Indus Valley, they employed mud brick and baked brick, showcasing early advances in construction materials and techniques. Egyptian, built with stone, particularly limestone, for monumental structures that have stood the test of time. Next, the architectural examples. Greek, the Parthenon exemplifies the use of symmetry, proportion, and the classical orders, representing the height of Greek architectural achievement. Mesopotamia, the Ziggurat of Ur, showcases the importance of religious structures and the impressive scale of Mesopotamian architecture. Indus Valley, the city of Mohenjo-Daro, illustrates the advanced urban planning and sanitation systems that were hallmarks of this civilization. Egyptian, the Great Pyramid of Giza, is a testament to the Egyptians' engineering prowess and their focus on the afterlife. Lastly, innovation. Greek introduced the three classical orders and the use of columns, which were crucial for creating aesthetically pleasing and structurally sound buildings. Mesopotamia pioneered city planning and the use of arches in construction, enhancing both functionality and visual impact. Indus Valley, early examples of urban grid layouts and advanced sanitation systems showed a sophisticated approach to city planning. Egyptian advanced construction techniques, monumental scale, and alignment with astronomical phenomena.
How is the history of Greek architecture viewed based on Islamic perspective?
Islamic perspective holds the ancient Greek civilization in high regard, since Islamic art, architecture, literature, philosophy, mathematics, and technological achievements were built upon ancient Grecian knowledge. In the case of Islamic architecture, we also take some inspiration from Greek Pythagorean architecture, as stated by Ibn Khaldun. The one civilization from which the Arabs had learned the sciences was that of the Greeks, thanks to the translations by Christian Assyrian scholars of Greek texts into Syriac, and then into Arabic. Hypo-style halls, the Great Mosque of Kairouan and Great Mosque of Cordoba. Hypo-style hall is a vast interior space characterized by repeating rows of stone columns that support a solid flat roof. The term hypostyle is derived from the ancient Greek words hupostulos, or hupo, where hupo means under, and stulos means column, collectively translating to under columns. A hypostyle mosque is a mosque with a prayer hall supported by many columns, creating a large interior space for prayer. The term "the columns in the mosque" are inspired by Greek architecture as well. The Great Mosque of Cordoba, begun construction in 786 and expanded over 2 centuries, is a masterpiece of Islamic architecture. Its vast hypostyle prayer hall features Greek columns supporting striking 2-tiered arches of red brick and stone, creating an expansive and rhythmic geometry. The mihrab, framed by intricate gold tesserae and vegetal motifs, serves as the focal point, while its dome, with crisscrossing ribs and gold mosaics, foreshadows Gothic rib vaulting. The Great Mosque of Kairouan, built in 690 in Tunisia and reconstructed in 703, remains a significant site of worship and has undergone many restorations. Made from marble, granite, porphyry, and wood, Its fortress-like structure features a tan-brown appearance due to its bricks and climate. The mosque has 9 gates, a trapezoidal courtyard with marble floors surrounded by horseshoe-arched porticos, and a 31.5-meter-high minaret with tapering levels, serving as a watchtower and call-to-prayer tower. How Islamic art was shaped by a mix of earlier cultures, while also developing its own identity. Islamic art took ideas from various traditions and combined them into a new, unified artistic language, including Greek. For example, early Islamic buildings used elements like the hypostyle from the Greek and basilica plan and domes from Roman and Byzantine architecture, but they also incorporated features from Persian Sasanian buildings, like large open spaces. Islamic art avoided images of living beings, which was partly due to religious rules. Instead, artists focused on abstract forms like geometric patterns, arabesques, and calligraphy. These non-representational designs were seen as ways to express the infinite nature of God and to focus on the spiritual rather than the physical. Overall, Islamic art was not a single, fixed style. It changed and adapted depending on the region, culture, and time period. His work shows how Islamic art is a blend of old traditions and new developments, reflecting the growth of the Islamic